Alright, welcome back. I am NOVATazz and this is NOVATazz Customs. We are back here at the truck, and today we are going to test the line pressure on this transmission to see where exactly is it screwing up. I have the test kit that I picked up the other day, and we are going to test every single gear in this truck and to see what exactly is going on. So let me get set up and I will bring you back when I am ready to do the test. All right. Alrighty, so I have this hooked up in here. The line is running to the accumulator port, hooked up to my line. I'm going to start the truck and test the line pressure, and I'll get back to you when I have the results. I don't have enough hands to do both, so I'll get back to you when I have some answers. For the first test, put the low range gauge in the accumulator port and the high range gauge in the rear servo port. Then start the truck. Put it in first gear, then bring the truck up to 1000 RPMs. With the truck holding 1000 RPMs, move the throttle lever from the full forward position to the rearward position. The line pressure should increase from 45 to 60 psi to 90 to 96 psi at the accumulator port, with the high range gauge within 3 psi that is in the rear servo port. For the second test, leaving the low range gauge in the accumulator port, place the truck in second gear. Bring the truck up to 1000 RPMs. Moving the throttle lever from the full forward position to the rearward position. Again, the acceptable range is the same as the first test, from 54 psi to 96 as it goes from forward to backward. For the third test, leave the low range gauge in the accumulator port. Move the high range gauge to the front servo port. Start the engine. Place the transmission in drive. Increase the RPMs to 1600. Again, move the throttle lever on the transmission from its full forward position to the rearward position. Again, the PSI should be around 54 and increase as the throttle lever is moved rearward. The high pressure gauge should be within 3 PSI. For the fourth test, leave the low range gauge in the accumulator port. Place the high range gauge in the rear servo port. Put the transmission in reverse and bring the engine up to 1600 RPMs. Again, move the throttle lever from forward to backwards while watching the gauge's pressure. It should start from 145 to 175 and increase to 230 to 280 psi on the high range gauge. My test results were, for the first test, it started at 25 and with the lever all the way in the rearward position only increased to 27. This was the same for the second test and the third test. Okay, with those results, and according to the manual, with pressure low in all positions, clogged filter, stuck regular valve, or worn or faulty pump, or low oil level. Well, I know the oil level wasn't low, and the filter was brand new. So that leaves either a stuck regulator valve or the faulty pump. My only other thing that I think it might be is a clog in the lines running to the cooler. I'm not positive that it is that, but it may be. So from here, I guess I have to go and check the lines for the transcooler and possibly pull the pan down again and check the regulator valve and make sure that's okay. If it isn't one of those two things, the transmission's got to come out again, and I got to replace the pump. Hopefully we didn't damage the clutch. Hopefully we didn't damage the clutches while testing the transmission. And hopefully this is the answer that I've been looking for to get this truck back on the road. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have any other ideas of what it might be, let me know, and I would gladly appreciate the information. So with that being said, I guess I got to go back to checking out a few more things on the truck and possibly ordering some new parts. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We got a lot more coming your way involving the muscle cars and this truck. So don't forget to tune in next time, and have a nice day.